It's a common sight through this pandemic. Businesses that can't make rent and have to close their doors. Now, the arts community in San Diego is no different. News 8's Tim Blodgett spoke with one theater owner who has been struggling to pay her bills since the pandemic started.
The theater and stage here at City Improv is usually filled with a laughing crowd and giggling performers. But since the pandemic, there haven't been any shows, and the theater is now in serious risk of shutting down.
I picked up a doll off the street. I gave it to my kid.
Oh, that's so good. Thanks so much.
Before the pandemic, City Improv on 6th Avenue in Hillcrest would pack its small theater and entertain its guests with unscripted, unrehearsed scenes. Performers of all ages and all walks of life practice here at FCI, where they learn to build confidence, communication, and trust among your teammates.
I think there's a lot of magic that happens when you have to trust a stranger. You get to know people in some very unexpected ways.
Can I rub it?
Go for it. Apple Bridges is one of those strangers I met at FCI a few years ago. And by the way, that's me. Apple and I are in the same improv team, the Orphans.
I want my name to be Brett.
But much like improv, life is unscripted. Earlier this year, the theater got its liquor license and things were starting to look up financially for the small community theater.
So we shut down and we were just kind of in shock for a bit.
Amy Liseski is the CEO and creative director at City Improv. She says that in the months after the pandemic, the theater has been paying its rent by doing what it can, bringing in money with online classes, donations, and grants from the city. But 9 months into the shutdown, the theater is running out of options.
Our landlord has said that we have to pay up or get out, and so that eviction process has begun.
Liseski says she's put her life into this theater and would be devastated to see it close, not just for her and her staff, but for the students that got so much joy out of performing and improvising.
It's thousands of people that have found more courage and joy in their life by learning the tools that we teach in improvisation, the principles of yes and, of thinking on your feet.
And it's those principles that students like Apple have learned at FCI that have improved her life and her confidence to say yes and.
People from all walks of life that are students and performers here, you know, we have literal rocket scientists. They all come here with that common goal of creating something kind of magical.
Tim Blodgett, News 8.
If you would like to support City Improv, you can head to our website, cbs8.com, and click the Help button.